Add 6 stitches to the number of stitches you cast on, 3 stitches for each side of the work. Then bring the yarn to the front at the very beginning of the row and slip 1 stitch purlwise from the left needle to the right needle. Take the yarn to the back and knit 1 stitch. And then bring the yarn to the front one more time to slip the next stitch. These 3 stitches will take care of one edge of the fabric. Then work in any stitch pattern you like. I'm working in seed stitch, that's also known as moss stitch in the UK, but feel free to choose any other stitch pattern because this edging works well with most stitch patterns. Then stop when you get to the last 3 stitches of the row and knit 1 stitch, bring the yarn to the front, slip 1 stitch, and knit the last stitch of the row. See, we are doing basically the opposite things. At the beginning, we slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, and we always slip stitches with the yarn at the front of the work. At the end of the row, we do the opposite. We knit, slip, knit. And we do it in every row. So when you turn your work, you do exactly the same thing. You bring the yarn to the front of the work, slip 1, then yarn to the back, knit 1 and slip another 1, and then you work in the stitch pattern of your choice until you get to the last 3 stitches of the row. And then we take care of the second edging at the other side of the work by knitting 1 stitch, slipping 1 stitch with the yarn at the front of the work and knitting the last stitch. Because we alternate slipping and knitting stitches, the edging is made of double knitted fabric, the same that we create when we use the double knitting technique. And that's why the edging is so beautifully textured, is so luscious, and that's why it looks identical on both sides of the work. The fabric does not just look great, it also stabilizes the edges, keeping them from stretching. And to some extent, it also keeps the edges from curling if the main stitch pattern of the fabric is based on stockinette stitch. So that's how great this edging is. It is a perfect way to frame any scarf, any blanket, any shawl, or the open edges of any cardigan. To get the full tutorial about this method, go to 10roseday.com/tubular-side-edging. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.